y'all, what's up? So, I just wanted to ask y'all opinion about something, right? Do y'all think that feminism and marriage go hand in hand? Me personally, I don't think so. And I say that because this is just something that I've observed and watched. A lot of women with this feministic mindset, they don't be happy in their marriages. They're always crying about, I gotta cook, I gotta clean. Well, I'm always with the kid and this and that. And one thing that I have observed about people, we're living in a time and age where processed foods and big pharma are major contributors to people's mental health failing. And not even just that, the environment is a factor. Genetics is a factor. Bipolar is a genetic factor that gets passed down. Nobody wants to just be born bipolar. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So there's genetic and environmental things that can come about to just make people not be able to function properly, right? But it's just crazy how a lot of these chicks really think, oh, well, I'm going to get married, but I'm also be a feminist. The two don't go together at all. I'm going to give you a prime example. Because I was on the internet and, this one lady, I forgot what the original post was. It was something to do with as a millennial, I'm tired of explaining to people why I don't have a house or can't afford a house and I would rather rent, and something else. I forgot. But basically, her comment was, well, I'm 37 and, I got I have a house, 2 kids, and 2 cars. Now, that's a feminist mindset right there, just off of what she said, because just off of that small piece of information, maybe y'all would kind of assume she's a single mom like me. But in my mind, I'm like, she sounds like a single mom. But I don't know for sure because I only know small bits of information as to what she said. So I had replied to her and I was like, did you marry before you carried? Because that just would give me an idea of did you get married when you have your kids? Are you married? She didn't say. So I can't just assume that. And I wasn't trying to offend her or anything like that. So I'm just asking a question. So she's being difficult. And I promise you, personally, I think she was a narcissist because you're purposely trying to misunderstand me. And what do I mean by that? Well, that's an odd way or something weird to ask. There's nothing weird about asking a woman, did she marry before she carried? You know what I'm saying? It's nothing weird about that at all. Because even if she had the baby and then 3 years later, for example, they got married. Okay, it wasn't necessarily that you got married and then carried, but nonetheless, you're married to your kid's father. So in my mind too, not only am I wondering is she a single mother, ? I'm like, do you have multiple baby daddies, ? You know what I'm saying? Because we're living in a co-parenting age, a baby mama, baby daddy culture. So it's really something that is normal to ask. You know what I'm saying? It's not far-fetched at all. So then I reworded my question and I was like, are both of your kids by the same man? You know what I'm saying? I'm just asking questions, trying to gather info because there was something that I wanted to ask, but I'm trying not to assume anything. So instead of just assuming, I'm just trying to gather information by asking questions. You know what I'm saying? And then I can form an idea of oh, okay, and then whatever. You know what I'm saying? So next thing I know, somebody else commented and was like, she understands what you're saying. She's just being difficult. Her uneducated, non-reading, 8th grade level having ass really thought that the other lady was agreeing with her. So she started trying to call me weird and all this stuff. Calling me weird and difficult. So I commented to the other lady and was like, I'm weird and difficult for asking her a question because I don't want to assume anything about a complete stranger on the internet. She's like, no, I'm agreeing with you. The other lady, she's being difficult. I said, oh, okay, I kind of figured that, but I wasn't sure. So obviously the lady that, I had commented under, she saw that, oh, she wasn't agreeing with me. She was agreeing with her. Well, what is that you need to know? Bitch, I don't need to know shit. Matter of fact, I don't even give a fuck at this point. Whatever it was that I was going to ask you, I don't even care no more. It's not that deep and it's not that serious for me. Now, this is a narcissistic thing. Why are you trying to keep me engaged? Because I simply told her, I was like, there's nothing that I need to know. You have a great day now. Because I basically, in so many words, let her know I no longer care. Whatever. Now you want to engage me in conversation. Now you want to be cooperative because someone else called you challenging and difficult. And the two of us look at you as being the weirdo. You know what I'm saying? So then, she gets mad because I'm asking her logical things that she's like, you can't read. She started trying to say something about I can't read or something like that. Oh, English must not be your first language or some shit she was saying. I was just like, what? What are you talking about? Like, how do you go to talking about that? Then, she's like, oh, well, what did she say? I forgot. Something about, she was trying to insult my intelligence, right? And so then, she's over here playing word salad. She thinks she's saying something and she ain't saying shit. Like Kamala Harris or Scamala. You know what I'm saying? Wheels on the bus go round and round. That girl, what? Nobody was talking about school buses and wheels going around. What? Let's stay on topic, please. But see, that's what narcissistic people do. They try to derail the conversation. They try to insult you and belittle you and try to humiliate or embarrass you. That's what they do. Because right when I was in the middle of typing, this is a narcissist, and I was describing what she was doing within the conversation, she decided to block me. But it was only afterwards because I had said something to her because I forgot what she said. She said something. I said, ew, you sound like a feminist. And I sent the throw up emoji. And she was like, you think feminism is bad? Wow. I was like, for marriage? Yes. Like, they can't go together. Because I just found it interesting. She's like, and this is the part that for me confirmed that she was definitely a narcissist for me based on the conversation. You're jealous. Lady, I don't know you from a can of paint. You could have any Google photo as your photo. You could have any username. You could have booty butthole as your username. I don't know you in real life. I don't know you at all. I've never met you, seen you, smelt you, touched you. None of my senses have come across you. Okay? So it's like, jealous of what? So then I was just like, well, since you want to be difficult, I guess you're just a baby mama, but you have a good day, I'm not a baby mama. I'm married. Okay, so what was so hard about saying that, hey, yes, I'm married, and I married before I carried? You know what I'm saying? I just found it interesting how you can tell everybody your age. Like, she got on there, she got all defensive. Well, why are you trying to ask me questions about my life and be all up in my business? I'm not trying to be in your business. I'm trying to get at your mindset, which you confirmed that you're a feminist, because it's interesting how you can mention your 2 kids. I have a house and 2 cars, and I'm 37. You can mention all these things, so it comes off. And I just simply told her, I said, well, your comment is misleading, because especially to younger women that are not 37. I'm younger than her. I'm 5 years younger than her. So her comment is misleading because you're trying to come off as a strong, independent boss bitch when, bitch, whole time you married, leaning on a man. That man more than likely bought that house. Or y'all went 50-50. That man more than likely owns both of those cars. Because I highly doubt that you deal with the maintenance of your car. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just interesting how she was up there. I'm 37. I got 2 kids, a house, and 2 cars. But why didn't you mention that you have a husband? And basically, I just told her, I said, okay, so, it's just interesting to me that you can tell everybody your age, your assets, and your children, but neglect your husband? That's a very feminist mindset. And so basically, once we had that little convo, she ended up blocking me when I told her that, because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, you're a retard. You really think being a feminist is good for marriage? You couldn't convince me that you happy in that marriage. The fact that you told people about your kids over, basically your children are an accomplishment over you being with your spouse, because her kids, they're going to get grown. They're going to move out. They're going to live their own lives. They're going to get into relationships, marriages of their own. And they're going to leave her in the dust, as it should be, right? You cleave unto your wife, You don't cleave unto your mommy and daddy and your sisters and brothers and uncles and aunts and grandparents. No. All those people are kind of irrelevant. The priority is your spouse and y'all's kids. Everybody else is extended. Your parents are now extended. Your siblings are now extended. Uncles, aunts, grandparents, extended. But I'm just saying, I just find it interesting how I can identify a sisterhood chick, a feminist. You know what I'm saying? They running around out here trying to act like, all I want to get at is, this woman was trying to make it seem like she's single on the internet, which is something that a narcissist would do. You're trying to appear single, like you're doing all this yourself, and then when I call you out, and then you're basically forced or backed into the corner to expose other information, now you want to block me because of what? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't pretend to be something that you're not anymore. And when I tell you that, I don't know, I want to say she did block me, but I don't know if she, deleted the post or whatever as well or whatever. But it was just funny to me because it's like, wow, all I did was ask you a simple question and then you blew it out of proportion. It went from talking about your situation to I'm jealous and jealous of an internet stranger. And then on top of that, you're an ugly, aged out, spoiled milk of a white woman. Why would I be jealous of you? All sunburnt looking and shit. Honey, black don't crack, bitch. What would I be jealous of? I was just like, yeah, she's delusional. Delusionally, she's a fucking nutcase. And her husband is still with her for whatever reason, probably for the kids' sake. But you can't convince me that he's happy. I could be wrong, but she basically confirmed that she is a feminist. So if you're a feminist and you're on the internet, you're listening to all these other loser-ass women, single-ass women. Misery loves company. So you on the internet listen to all these other goofy bitches talk about, I divorced my man, not this and not that. Yeah, it'd probably be a matter of time before she divorces him and leaves him because I don't like him and this and that. And the reason why I say that is because if she really loves him, she would have been like, I'm 37. Me and my husband, we're both millennials, and we got a house, 2 cars, and 2 kids. She left his ass completely out of the damn equation. So, one, either she was lying, trying to save face and not look like a single status mom, just a baby mama, or you don't like that man and you're unhappy or something. Something just ain't right, the fact that you left him out the equation. And it wasn't by accident. That's for sure. I'm just saying. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about feminism? You know, and I don't want to hear from no sisterhood chick. I don't want to hear from a chick that's a feminist. I don't want to hear from a chick who she look like a stud, act like a stud. You basically trying to be a man. I don't want to hear from none of y'all. I want to hear from sane people. And I said what I said. Sane people. People who are actually intelligent, not gonna vote for Kamala. You know, those intelligent people. The ones that didn't get the jibby jab, those intelligent people. People who think for themselves and aren't just letting CNN and Fox News and social media tell them who they are and how to think and all that goofiness. That's who I really want to hear from. And I don't want to hear from no fake Christians either. Like, there's a lot of people that is just like, look, you try to portray yourself one way on the internet, but behind closed doors, you a whole hippo, okay? A whole hypocrite. And I can't stand hypocrites because you over here talking about, like for example, it's like a vegan. You should eat vegan. You shouldn't be eating no animal products. But then you go to their house, they got meat in the freezer, milk in the fridge, cheese. Oh, what happened to not eating any products from animals? Oh, it went out the door because you behind closed doors and you want to keep it hush hush. Like, come on now. Anyways, y'all. Peace. Positive energy always creates elevation. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, like, about feminism versus marriage. I'm just curious. I'm just going off of what I'm observing, what I hear, and what I see via social media and in real life. So I'm just saying, like, what's y'all reality? What have y'all experienced? What have y'all heard and seen and, observed out there? I'd like to know. All right. Like, share, subscribe, and shit. Yeah, I think I said like, share, subscribe already. All right. Holla.